Guys, toyinsanity here. Do you get excited by the Teen Titans? Do they crack you up? Do you think it's an excellent show? Well, guys, I got the TRU 6-pack of Teen Titan Minis by Mattel, plus a corresponding set of 6 bootlegs. Bootleg eggs, bootlegs, get it? Puns. Egg puns. The number one. Wait, what is it Robin says? Guys, you can look this up and verify. Eggs are the number one source of protein. And puns. Man, I love that guy, Robin. So I put the set of 6 TRU exclusive figures in these eggs, plus the bootleg figures. So we're going to look at those bootlegs. We're going to compare them to the real deal figures. And we'll probably end up making fun of them. But I corresponded them to colors, right? So, kinda for a little bonus fun. Who do you think is in each color? If you're like me, you're gonna start with the obvious one, which is Beast Boy. Beast Boy is in the green. It's gotta be the case. Come on out, Beast Boy. And guys, this is the bootleg. This is the bootleg, and this is the real deal action figure. You are gonna laugh your pants off when you compare these side by side, because the bootleg, it's it's a symbolable mix and match gimmick. You got a separate head, chest, legs, separate arms, and then a pizza accessory. It can be assembled, unassembled, mix and match, which of course means it can be posed with articulation. This is a single piece of plastic. There is no movement. You can't move the head. In the toy collecting world, we call it articulation, but you cannot move the head, you cannot move the arms, you cannot move the waist. This is a single piece of very cheap plastic with very cheap paint applied on top of it. And you don't even get the accessory. So they literally, it's a bootleg, guys. They took this guy, put him in some plaster to create a mold that folds down, and a two-piece mold, so that they could pop this guy out with the seam, with the flashing along the side here. And then they just paint him up horribly. But I think it's funny, especially when you compare them side by side. So guys, what would you think next? Think of the Teen Titans. You got Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, Robin, and then you got, I'll tell you the 6th one. It's Silky, their little pet, their little mascot. So who do you think I put in what egg? Who do you think's in purple? To me, I think this might... When I was deciding who to put in what, I think this was the next obvious choice. Who's in purple, guys? It's Raven. This is the authentic Raven. And this, get ready for it, is the bootleg Raven. The authentic Raven is only 2 pieces besides the stand. A head and a body. The stand is to, when you put this on your table or your shelf, to make it appear like she's floating around. Not a great figure, we gotta admit, on its own. No arms, very weird. But this one, they painted the stand green. And then, of course, it is only 1 piece. There's no neck articulation. And then the paint job, just horrible. Let me bring this back to the front. So you see, this typography, they doubled it up. They printed it upon itself. Another thing with bootleg figures, like the paint is sometimes still sticky It has this inevitable stickiness to it. And other times, it will just scrape off with your fingernail. Super crappy paint jobs on bootleg figures. So we got Beast Boy, we got Raven. Where do you think is Robin? Where do you think is Cyborg? Where do you think is Silky? And where do you think is Starfire? I'm going to give you a clue. Have you ever seen a robin egg in real life? What color is a robin's egg? That's right, it's blue. So here's Robin. Here's real deal Robin. He comes with a stick accessory, separate pieces for his arms, chest, legs, cape, and head, and bootleg Robin has this painted staff. The cape would be a separate accessory. I was going to say it was glued in, but it's actually not even glued in. But all this is a single piece of plastic with absolutely horrible paint jobs. And because there's no shoulder articulation, if you were to go ahead and make him hold his staff, it would only be able to point this direction. You couldn't make him hold it vertically, for example. But I've had just about enough of that Robin. Who do you want to see next? Let's think about... I kind of wanted to do Starfire in pink, because she wears pink. But then I thought, I gotta put Silky in pink. Silky is one of many caterpillar spawn to come from Killer Moth. You're gonna love this. So it's their pet. Kind of their mascot. I believe Beast Boy had him secretly for a while, and then he let Starfire in on the secret, and then eventually they all just came to love Silky. But, so the real one, the wings can pop off, and believe me, this is how the wings fit. The bootleg one, they are very much glued in, and they're glued in backwards. The paint apps are absolutely horrible. But otherwise, the only thing it has going for it is it is made from essentially the same mold. There's Silky. So that leaves Cyborg. Cyborg, one of these colors is Cyborg, and one of them is Starfire. I'm going to tell you, I went with Cyborg in gold, just because of the sheer metallicness. This is the authentic Cyborg. This is bootleg Cyborg with the horrible, horrible paint jobs. Singular piece of plastic. Slightly different eyeball even. And then this is, of course, an amalgamation of several types of plastic pieced together. Translucent blue plastic for his head with the paint apps. And this is his, weaponized gauntlet arm. And then this, they did the same thing in this tan color. Same mold, right? With just horrible paint. And of course, since there's no articulation, if he holds it, he can only hold it facing downward. And that leaves Miss Raven Sunshine. Oh, I said it wrong, that's Raven. Miss Starfire in orange. This is the authentic Starfire. Kind of an angry expression. She's got her glowing plasma, whatever you calls them. Here in this horrible bootleg. Horrible bootleg. All these weird paint apps. No articulation. And for some reason, they made them solid painted pink. So guys, this is it. This is the Toys R Us 6-pack exclusive minifigure from Mattel, similar to the blind bag packs, plus the corresponding bootleg figures that come from China. I'm toyinsanity. I collect it so you don't have to.